Welcome back, everybody, to another live session in the midst, in the midst of the turbulent time of the channel. But we're gonna keep this thing going, as always. It just started raining outside in Mexico City. Rain season is starting to ramp up. And I wanted to come on here, talk to my people. What is up? This is just a lot of crap. Hey, you abuser. I have a feeling it's going to be a lot of this life. How you guys doing? Let's get the first question stopping. The better the questions, the better the content. May I remind you that this is a collaborative effort. You guys are going to help me make a good video for the viewers to watch. Shane, what is up, my handsome brother? All good, Shane? A regular Tuesday. Work, 90 minutes of yoga, and 1 hour of training legs. On a cut, we're still cutting. So, we're a little bit exhausted, a little bit dead inside. It's fine. It's all good. How you guys doing? How you guys feeling? Also taking a break from the weed, which is always healthy. Shout out to all my weed smokers. You always want to make sure that you break the cycle, break the pattern, and go on straight edge. Why don't you quit it fully? Because I'm a pussy. That's my. Like, you know what the worst part is? If you would tell me, right, like, if the creator of the universe himself gave me the option to quit weed without withdrawals and not wanting it, like not wanting to ever, like, like if it would take away the part where I would crave for it, I'm not even sure if I would accept that, if I would take it. You have to understand, guys, weed for me was the only crutch I had when I was facing death multiple times, when I was facing jaw amputation, jaw reconstruction at the age of 24, when it wasn't clear how my future was going to look. Weed calmed me down. Weed made it all right. Weed made it, safe and comfortable. So I heavily relied on weed to get through my cancers and my ordeals. So naturally, I've developed a habit where now I turn to it to relax, to unwind, to feel good. Um, would I like to lessen my intake? Obviously, 1,000,000%. But at the same time, I'm not a big drinker. I don't drink a lot. I I eat very healthy. I do yoga every day. I go to the gym like a maniac. Like I'm in way better shape than any 37-year-old that I know. What's up, Gene? So like I also feel like I don't know. We all get to have the vice. Sweats. What is up? Shout out to the Viking infantry. I've been listening to your videos while coming home, taking the bus. Helps me get through the day. I appreciate that, man. I really appreciate that. And bone. I wish I liked weed instead of alcohol, but it's way worse for you. Shane, it's like a snowball effect. It is good to start small, and when you complete more than you seem to get this encouragement to keep on going, and it's like a snowball effect. Yeah. You seem very active. You're pretty fine. A lot of people get so passive and kind of stupid. Yeah, I mean, I'm super active. I do my minimum of 11,000 steps a day. I'm always out and about. I'm very social. I I cold approach women all the time. Not to say that that's the barometer for success. What I'm saying is clearly I had enough self confidence and drive, and lust for life left that it doesn't like weed does not cripple me. I also don't smoke in the day. Um, you know, but that's like I don't want to sound like I'm making excuses. It's still bad for you to smoke every day, even if it's only in the night. It still handicaps you. And also, like, imagine where I could be if I didn't smoke at all. Like, that's also something to consider. Maybe this channel would have 1 million subs. Maybe I would be PewDiePie. You see what I'm saying? What's up, Common Sense? Rosa, how you doing, girl? How did you become fluent in Spanish? I used to live in Barcelona 5 years, but the main thing I would say is girls. Like, I've dated a lot of women that only speak Spanish, and I think it's a matter of motivation. I just really wanted to know what they were saying. Also, music. Bad Bunny has helped a lot because Bad Bunny has very basic lyrics in a lot of ways, so it makes it easy to like understand what he's saying. Shane, I'm an alcoholic and I smoke a lot of weed, but I've also been trying to get off of it. I've gone through a lot of stuff. I'm sorry what you've gone through. I totally understand. Hey, shout out to you, man. We all have our shit. Like we're all trying to, you know, paddle up shit's creek. That's life. One person has a shopping addiction, other people have the gambling addiction, other people alcohol, other people weed. We all have something. People have porn addictions, people have sex addictions. It's really interesting how like human nature is inherently connected to addiction. And so I guess if you look at it like that, I feel like weed is not that bad, but at the same time, weed is quite insidious. Shane, you're exactly right. Everybody needs advice to escape reality because the world has gone so crazy. It's hard to live peacefully and sober at the same time. Yeah, man. It's just where I come from in Belgium. Like the culture is just very alcoholic. Like people are alcoholics without realizing. Like everybody I know back home, they drink a lot. Like they get plastered every weekend. Wine. It's funny, because like for a lot of women, for a lot of housewives, not just housewives, but a lot of women in general, like their advice is just wine, right? And they're like, "Oh, I have 2 glasses of wine a day to take the edge off." But it's not glasses you would get in a bar. It's like they pour the glass until the edge, so they're basically drinking 3/4 of a bottle of wine a day, which is absolutely crazy. But a lot of it is like a lot of drugs and a lot of addictions have been successfully rebranded. Like a wine is elegant, when you're drinking a glass of wine, it's like no, your wine is literally rebranded liquor. Wine is a rebranding of like if you were to drink a vodka, rum and coke every day, or vodka, people would be like, "That's crazy. You're an alcoholic, right?" Wine is literally liquor. They just decided to give it a different semantic. But wine is insanely strong. Like you drink a bottle, you're done. Like you know, um, I don't drink wine or any alcohol because it gives me horrific headaches. Janice, so what is your advice? I'm very interested. What is my favorite place in Mexico? Um, yeah, Mexico City, man. Mexico City and Oaxaca City. Those two. Shane, you're exactly right. I'm half Irish, half German. If I drink too much wine or liquor, I go crazy. So all I drink is beer now. Yeah, the thing with beer is the calories, man. I love Modelo. I would put Modelo, which is a Mexican beer, over any Belgian beer. So like that's a pretty wild statement to make as a Belgian. Um, but being a bodybuilder or like fitness dude, whatever, gym bro, it's just really hard to because the calories, man, the calories in beer are just so insane. It's so dense. One beer, you gotta walk 30 minutes to burn it off. It's not a good deal. So yeah, I do love a good Modelo with food, but I rarely drink wine. I only drink wine on dates. I like Aperol Spritz. I'm a girl, man. I like girl drinks. I like Aperol Spritz. Si tu es belge, tu dois parler un peu français, non? Oui, je peux parler le français, mais je suis flamand. Donc, je parle néerlandais. Mais dans l'école, je devais parler le français et étudier le français. Je parle le français très bien. Et je peux travailler en français si je dois. Mais je ne veux pas. There you go. Shane! Thank God for me, I have a high metabolism. I used to be 110 pounds, but now I'm about 150 pounds. Nice. See, tu es d'où? Tu es français? Or I should say, vous êtes. Vous êtes. I'm being too informal here. I don't know you like that, so I gotta be more polite. Um, Gene, beautiful. The calories in beer don't affect me. I mean, science would tell you otherwise, but bro, if that's how you, I mean, yeah, that's great, man. Do you have any general thoughts on Mexican women? Oh boy, I've got so many thoughts, man. Why are you doing this to me? I'm trying to patch things up with my ex, like real shit. Like I'm not even kidding. I'm trying to like rekindle. You're gonna make me crash out on live. Um, Mexican women, they're like comparable to women in Belgium in the 1980s. They're quite, they demand to take care of them. And I'm not just saying financially, just in general. Like they're very traditional in the sense of like they're like little girls. And I know that sounds horrible, but it's true. They're like little like when something goes wrong, they need their man to handle it. They need their man to like they're not. This is gonna sound horrible, but they're not like strong, independent women. They're just not. Um, they have a lot of mannerisms in their non-verbal language. Like one thing, a lot, like all Mexican women do is like they will pout their bottom lip, like a 6-year-old. Obviously, I can't do it. I don't have lip function, but they'll do like a pout. They literally will like make like a pouting face, like grown ass women. Um, if you have a girlfriend, a Mexican girlfriend, you're kind of expected to pay, like, and you're doing a trip, you're paying for the flights, you're paying for the hotel, which is, in my culture, insane. In Belgium, that would never, like, sure, the guy's gonna pay the bulk of, like, the dinners and stuff, right, when you go on vacation together. But the guy is not paying the flight. He's not paying the hotel. Like, that's wild. But here it is. Which ex? The one that I broke up with at the end of last year. Hey, bro, how's your week been? It's been shit. I've been having to deal with idiots attacking me in the comments. Um, I mean, that doesn't faze me that much. It's fun. Um, but like I said, I'm not smoking, so my sleep is all messed up. And then in my sleep, I obsess over my ex, not the recent one. Let's be clear. Like last night felt like it took 5 days. Does that make sense? Like I was literally up, like the night, like I had whole ass episodes in my dreams. Like I was there with her, holding her hand, talking to her, trying to win her back. Different settings, different contexts, different countries. Like it's like Inception. Like I had a whole week in my dreams, and I woke up mentally tired and just like stunned and dazed and confused. And I spent like a good hour and a half just like figuring it out, like realizing it wasn't real, but it felt real, you know. Oui, on scène et Narnia, à l'ouest de Paris. Ah, très chouette. You said something about there's a lot of cheating there. What's that about? Yeah, like it's just so I'm not like please don't take this as me talking bad about like I'm not trying to shit on Mexican culture. It's just they're objectively and factually very far behind. Like they're like 35 years behind of the current modern Western mindset. So you guys know how it used to be, you know, before emancipation and before feminism. Guys would just do whatever the hell they wanted, right? Including cheating. And so, yeah, cheating is also ingrained in the culture here. Um, a lot of men here cheat. It's normal for them to cheat. Um, it's very common. I meet a lot of people who grew up without their father. It's very common for people to have grown up with a father who had a whole other family, a whole other like family and kids and wife. Um, yeah, you hear that story a lot here. Like you ask people like, oh, like, and then they always grew up with their mom, and their dad wasn't around because he was having some other family somewhere else. It's just more normal here. Um, and then as an effect, as a result of that, a lot of Mexican women have this notion, rightfully so, based on their experience, that most men cheat. So there are like a lot. I feel like a lot of Mexican women are waiting on you to prove them that you're also a cheater, because that's all they know. I'm generalizing, but it is true what I'm saying. Hey, can you guys hit the like, please? Got 12 thumbs and 22 people. You can just close the chat box and then you can hit the thumb. That'd be great. And if you really want to support the channel, you can also click on the dollar sign below the chat box and send over a donation. Um, it's great to be a gentleman and pay for dinner. If you don't really know the person, I would straight up just lie about having money. Done nothing wrong. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Um, I don't think. Hey, thank you guys for hitting the like. I appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot. Um, yeah, no, I know I did nothing wrong. It's fine. It's cool. It's cool. All right. What more questions do you guys have? The time is now. So you're back talking with your previous ex. No, I'm working on that. See what happened? What happened was, yeah, I'm blocked on every like. Um, that I mean, like, so for the record, nothing crazy happened. It's not like I did anything crazy or she did anything crazy. Um, that's just a thing now that people do. That's a thing that is quite popular in current society. When you break up with someone, you go no contact and you block them and everything. because it just makes it easier to move on. Um, so yeah, I'm trying to find a workaround to being blocked on every single avenue. Uh, bum bum bum. What other cities have you visited in Mexico? Is Mexico City your favorite? I visited Oaxaca City. That was by far the best, besides Mexico City. And then I visited Guanajuato. I did Cancun. I did Tulum. I did Chiapas. Chiapas was great. San Cristobal de Casas. Um, ¿Qué más? Puebla. It's kind of boring. I did Taxco in Guerrero. I did Tepoztlan. Yeah, the only place I would go back to, honestly, is Oaxaca City. I feel like a lot of places mm, are overrated. I am unpopular opinion. I'm of the belief that most places don't even necessarily deserve to be visited. I feel like things used to be different. Um, like in the old days, something had to be special in order for it to be popular and people to want to visit it, like Machu Picchu, Eiffel Tower, whatever, like Sagrada Familia in Barcelona, like Niagara Waterfalls. And then I feel like at some point, together with the internet and the rise of social media, but more importantly, the rise of marketing. Think about this, guy. Marketing did not used to be a thing. Like that's an invention. Like things used to market themselves because we would just buy things that we needed. So if something was good, it was very like it made sense that you were gonna buy it because it was like, ah, yeah, we need that because that's good. Marketing is literally the act of ascribing value to something that isn't necessarily there. It's like convincing you, the consumer, that you need something, and which is a direct byproduct of capitalism. And so, because of marketing, I feel like local governments, cities, villages, countries figured out there's a lot of money in tourism. And so what ended up happening is now everything is special. Everything is like must visit, when in reality it's not. Mexico is a great example of that. Mexico has this thing with magical villages, pueblos mágicos. And so it's like it's a magical village. Like you have to go because ain't it's just a village. Like and then there's like an old tree and they're like, this is the magic tree, and it's like, okay, so and with the right amount of enthusiasm and potentially psychedelics or mushrooms, like you can go along with it, but at the end of the day, most places are not worth visiting. Like, because guess what? Most places are just buildings and streets and families. You know what I'm saying? Like, most places are not that special. Um, are you going to stay and live in Mexico City for life, or are you going to live in another country? What are your plans? Una Uruguaya, una Uruguaya viviendo en USA, in USA, USA. Great question. I don't see myself settling for life in Mexico City because I do see myself having kids at some point, and I would want to have my kids in Belgium due to the educational system. I just don't want to put them through the Mexican education system. I don't think that makes sense. My plans, man, my plans. That's a good one. The next year, I'll be in Mexico City for sure, and just see where I go from there. Honestly, um, but for life, I don't think so. What about you? Do you see yourself staying in the U.S. for the rest of your life? I feel like the U.S. is kind of going down in a lot of ways. Um, Damn. I'm sorry to hear that about your ex. I hadn't ever really traveled, but if ever did, I would like to go to the Temple Mount in Jerusalem. Jesus. Bro, that's not even in my top 500. Why would you go there? Like, no, I'm not even not trying to offend you. What is the point of traveling? So there is something about traveling, like something happens in terms of your perspective. Like it's hard for me to explain, but take my word for it. I've witnessed it countless times. When you're kind of stuck in life and you're at a crossroads and you have to make changes, but you're too deep into your routine, you're too deep into your daily like life, you just don't see clear. There's something about traveling, there's something about being in another atmosphere with other food, other everything, other people, other language that just it just kind of helps you to like see things clearly. Like that is real. Like if you got to figure shit out, traveling does help a lot in that regard. That is something that I would say is very real. And yeah, um so I would say that's a great, and then of course like the basics about kind of understanding the world a little bit better. Sweats, do you believe in God or ever did in stout? What's your view on the afterlife? I don't really believe in God, like not Catholic Christian God, even though I am Catholic Christian technically. Um, no, I don't believe in like this interventionist person in the sky. I believe in the power of prayer. Like all of these things are the same, guys. Like prayer, meditation, yoga. They're all the same principles. They're like going inward. That's why also they always say God is God is you. God is inside of you. Yeah. It's like I feel like God and religion and all of this are just metaphors, but then at some point people took it super literal. I don't think the Bible ever intended for people like it's all just stories and metaphors to teach you about life and how to be a good person and to give you like a decent set of values and ethics to follow. And then at some point somebody decided that we're gonna act like Jesus really turned water into wine. Like, of course not. Like it's crazy. People still like I don't even know where to start. Um, yeah, I think religion is very helpful and necessary and useful, and I think a lot of the modern day spirituality is just again a rebranding of old religion. Like people take DMT and ayahuasca to basically conclude the same things that the Catholic Church or the Protestant Church has been preaching, or even Islam has been preaching for years. It's all the same principles. Yeah, I was gonna say the exact same thing, Ozzy. Bro, go to Barcelona, man, and you can still go to a church. Go to Sagrada Familia, it's a church. Like, don't go to Jerusalem, man. Like, that's what are you doing? What would be your dream job? Like an actor, make movies. I think that would be fun. Yeah, musician, rapper, sing about my ex. Are you proud of your YouTube channel? Do you have goals or projects to achieve next? Your English is great. Don't apologize. Tu parles l'anglais très bien. Tu parles l'anglais mieux que je parle le français. Donc, tu ne dois pas sentir um, mal. Honestly, you know what's funny? The God honest truth, because we're talking about God and stuff. I'm not that proud of my channel. I know that may come as a shock to some of you. Um, but I'm not. I don't even when I meet somebody with like when I meet friends, like new friends or a girl, I don't want them to check out my channel. I think my channel like and this is something that I feel like is Something a lot of people don't understand about me. I hate how that came out. I'm so misunderstood. No, but like anytime I make a video, I like charge myself up. I approach it like an actor. Does that mean I'm acting? Does that mean I'm saying things I don't stand on or believe in? No, absolutely not. But the way I record my videos and how I come across is very much an hyperbolic version of Lorenz. Like, I'm actually pretty calm and chill for the most part. But at the end of the day, YouTube is entertainment. You gotta feed the veggies with the meat. So I feel like I'm kind of forced to do that. I mean, I also like to do it that way. I also think I believe in the art of, like, again, entertainment and delivering a message in a certain way. Um, but then sometimes I'll look back at videos and I'm like, man, I look unhinged. I look like crazy. Um, so it's weird. Like, I'm not that proud of my channel, to be super honest with you. I, even though, yeah, that's kind of how I feel. Some days more than others. Do you believe spiritual warfare is real? Can you elaborate on that? And in terms of goals, mon ami, um, my goals, make a little bit more money, raise my income, um, find love, start a family, lose some body fat, and yeah, basically that, and be happy. What's the thing you hate most about your ex? Which one? The most recent one? I was raised on atheism and I major in math and science, but everything I have seen and have learned would have led me to God. Okay, fair enough. Also, sorry, I'm not trying to push my religion on you. I just started talking about it. Bro, you're good. Don't apologize. You're good. Guys, if you appreciate the content, you can close the chat box and hit the thumb. I'm sure there was like 10 people who haven't hit the thumb. I would really appreciate that. Also, if you want to support the channel, you can click on the dollar sign below the chat box and send over a donation. Let me get some more light in here. I feel like it's too dark. Your channel will grow, I promise. I mean, it better than I've been at it for like 8 years. Dude, your English is perfect even though you're from Belgium. Did you live in the US? No, no. Just grew up watching TV um, with subtitles. And then I really got into hip hop and rap, and that took it to the next level. Thank you so much to the people who hit the thumbs up. Appreciate you guys. Yeah, no, like I never lived in the US. I was speaking like this at like age 10. My English teacher used to hate my ass because I would correct him all the time. And thank you, Mohammed. I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. Uruguaya. What's your name? I want to find the love of my life. Classic. Same. Wherever I find it is where I will decide to live. I feel sorry for the Mexicans. Why? Oh, because you're neither getting deported. I am Uruguayan. Are you illegal when it's a country whose land are stolen? Right. Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, nah, I agree. That's wild. Shane, you should be proud of your channel. I told you earlier, it's a snowball effect. You got to start small. It will grow. Bro, I mean, I appreciate the positivity and I'm not trying to be defeatist here. Like, it's hard, man. For like a small independent creator, it's hard to get views. It's hard to get noticed. And again, I've been at it for 8 years. I have over 1,000 videos. Trust me, man. I've been trying. I've been trying. And Honestly, the fact that I don't have the 100,000 subs yet, in my mind, is kind of crazy. It does not correlate to the effort I've put in. But, you know, I'm not going to stop. Like, my biggest quality is just I'm not going to stop. I might get down. I might get depressed. I might get sad. I might get, defeatist, but I'm never going to stop. That's the whole thing about who I am. I don't stop. Like, I'll crawl to the finish line if I have to. What's up, Percy? Hambone. I'm curious, how many exes do you have? Like proper exes, like actual relationships. Priscilla, Leona, Katya, Itzel, Laura. Yeah, I guess we can count Laura. Five proper relationships. Yeah, 57,000 is pretty big. Eh. Bro, honestly, in YouTube land, I don't know. I don't know if it is. I don't know if it is. Why do you hate four cheese pizza? Four cheese pizza is like the anthem for being a basic bitch. Like every pizza, first of all, every pizza already has cheese on it. You don't need three more cheeses. As a matter of fact, there's no fucking way that you're going to be able to distinguish the taste of the four different cheeses. You're just going to get this like melting pot of cheese, and it's not going to taste like any specific cheese. It's just going to be four different cheeses into one, which is like, that's how you motherfucking do it. You see that shit? Apex motherfucking predator. Now you're dead. That's what happens when they fuck with me. Goddamn mosquitoes. Gotta wash this off though. Ugh. Getting a four cheese pizza is the same as like these suckers that when they roll a joint, they want to combine like two types of weed. Like, no, what are you doing? Like you want to cross indica and sativa? You want to go down and up at the same time? You're a clown. That's like mixing vodka with gin, like a Long Island cocktail. No, you're an uncultured idiot. You're an uncultured idiot. Like not like man, I hate four cheese pizza, man. That's what you wanted, right? There's so many like I'm an observer. I watch people. I make correlations all the goddamn time. My mind is like a computer when it comes to that. It takes a specific type of person to like a four cheese pizza. It just does. Like it's someone who hasn't thought things through. It's someone that's just floating through life. It's the same person that'll get a Coca-Cola instead of the Coke Zero. Um, there's so many bots. Only a small percentage of subs watch this channel. I'm a permanent resident. I feel like I still have a lot to live, travel, and get to know countries. And you, what do you want in a girl? I want my girl to be healthy. I want her to be into some type of physical activity, whether that's yoga, gym, running. I don't care. Um, I want her to be rational. I want her to be intelligent. I want her to be able to check me on my nonsense and on my bullshit and call me out, but in a smart way. So don't attack me head on when I'm in the midst of my argument, because then it's just going to escalate because I'm going to want to be right because it'll trigger my competitive nature. I need a girl that's like, sure, Dave, yeah, you're right. And then reminds me an hour later or through her actions that I was wrong. Like, someone who has the emotional intelligence to deal with my ego, basically. And yeah, and just a girl that's like that brings me calm and peace, that trusts me, and that knows how to communicate. Not pretty basic, right? Not a small list. Um, yeah, you're right. Do you believe there's magical forces at work in the world beyond human understanding? Do you think it's possible that there's mass spells and rituals? I don't believe in mass spells and rituals. I do believe in the power of energy. So to an extent, I believe in voodoo and stuff like that, but not in the way that like you can, like I don't believe in magic, but I do believe in a certain type of like, mm, I don't know. Yeah, it's tricky. I do believe in like energy in a sense. Yes, I'm from Belgium. J.R. Smith. I know you know. I know you know. Love that name. Why smoke weed?